Will we all have an awesome day today? You bet. You heard it here. The Magic 8 Ball has answered. And hey, welcome to the Eat Like a Bear channel, everybody. I am Amanda Rose, the founder of Eat Like a Bear. And these are exciting times here at Eat Like a Bear because we are now one month in to our community-wide big goal. We all have our sights set on April of 2024 and the vibrant lives we will be living in that time. And so we're working on it. We're working on like making all those daily good decisions so that we can meet our goal and be out just like living an amazing, awesome life in 2024. And you know that living an awesome life in 2024 begins by living that life today. And so that is what we're doing here at Eat Like a Bear. That is our specialty. Now, one exciting thing is the way we measure just as a community. Now, I know we say we don't measure, like we're not concerned about like our weight or our pant size or all that other stuff. And so if your goal is a number, it's not big enough, right? You need to picture yourself and how you're living in your amazing new life. That is our big goal. But interestingly, one way we measure community-wide like growth and success here at Eat Like a Bear is through our Century Bear Club. And the Century Bear Club at Eat Like a Bear, you become a member if you've lost at least 100 pounds since finding us. And so one of the exciting things about April of 2024, we will be having an in-person meetup, and it will be in the Ozarks of Arkansas. And the reason for that is on April 8th at like 1:52 p.m. Central Time, the moon will eclipse the sun and we will get to view a total solar eclipse. But also that week, in like the days before that, we will have our 250th Century Bear celebration. And so I don't know, I feel like pretty proud that I can project that we'll hit 250 by then. Because today, if you look on the website, we have 195 people. And so I'm going to talk a little bit more about this because I suspect we really already have 200, but we need to wrangle people and get them on the list and start like checking it twice because I know there's going to be people who really want to be number 200. So we're going to have to go in and figure out exactly what days people made it and then like have the big reveal of our 200th. But I think we've already hit the 200 mark. And so today, as we end this live video, in the deep den, we'll go into the Project Hub, and I'm going to tell you in the Project Hub, I'm going to work on wrangling some Century Bears, and you guys could help me too. And you can help me by like you see in like the main Facebook group, if you see people who like, I think she might be a Century Bear. I think he might be a Century Bear. I'm like a husband. We need some, men on our list too. Okay. But we're hitting the 250. I think we're going to eclipse. Oh, I think we're going to eclipse the 250. By April of 2024. That's what I think. And so that's one big exciting announcement. Now, an announcement for month 1, because we're now 1 month into our community-wide big goal, is in the Deep Den. We have a little weight loss challenge, and we had some pretty big losers in the community, including I need Janet P to check in because Janet says she lost 31 pounds. And now you can lose 31 in a month, especially if you have like extreme edema and stuff like that. But given Janet's starting weight, I'm wondering, so I want her to check in, make sure that's not like from the very beginning of time, but it's 1 month. But if so, Janet's our top winner for sure. Second is Lana, who has big plans to come down to the eclipse. And Jenny is number 3. Jenny, you coming to the eclipse? Jenny's number 3. And so for our top 3, I have these are so cute. Okay, so these are really great. We should make these ourselves. But these are little journals, and there's a name for these. I can't remember, but it's like each of them has a special little collection of just like little awesome tidbits in here. And so different clippings and different things that kind of inspire little thoughts or whatever. And we can all make our own, but so someone made these, and they're precious, and they're little. You can make little notes in them and stuff. So anyway, our top 3 people are going to get these, but there's more. There's more because our top 3 people are going to get a little collection of merch. And do you remember, was it 2 weeks ago that I told Jackie, Patty, where's Jackie? Jackie, do you remember? Make a comment, Jackie, because I know you're here. And I said, you're going to want to have done the scavenger hunt. And because you're going to want to get this thing for me. And I don't think Jackie did all 12 days. Come out in there, Jackie. Let us know. Did you do all 12 days? And I don't think you did. So here's the moment that you get to see what you're not getting, Jackie. That's Jackie Patty. Okay. Did Jackie do all 12 days? Okay. So what y'all are getting, if you did the 12 days of the scavenger hunt, is a little merch collection for me. I'm going to try to hold this up and show it. Okay. Let me show these things one at a time. Now, first of all, there's a card that is an advertisement for Eclipse. Eclipse. Okay. The little note on the back about your big goal. Okay. But the card says it's the year of the river, because our location for the eclipse is on the Buffalo National River. And I expect everybody, if you're not there physically, you're there in spirit, right with us on the nation's preserved national river. It's the only national river designation in the country. It's not dammed, like most rivers in this country are. So it's an amazing place. And so there's a photo of my son and I there. And this is my son, who kind of started it all with me, was my own big goal inspiration. And so a lot of Frederick, he's in this photo. Okay, so that's one thing that's in here. Another thing, you guys probably recognize this image. It's very popular in the group. But this is a magnet form of it. So you can see on the back. Oh, look, it's black. That's because, you can put it on your fridge. Okay, that's a magnet. So then this is like one of those like vinyl cling stickers. And it says, go be awesome. And there's a bear like gallivanting through the mountains, which I think is really cool. Go be awesome, everybody. Okay. And there is a little envelope with something inside. Let's see what's in there. So remember with the Skillets book, the first like 600 people or so got a little crazy bear magnet in there. That was the spectacle bear from the Alistair Crazy Bears. Well, inside the little envelope is 3 more in the collection. Okay. Are those the cutest? Okay. I'm so biased because, Alistair is my kid. Okay. I'm so biased. Oh, this one in particular. This is Scar Bear. Okay. So the Crazy Bears represent the diversity of our community and the good and the bad days that come to all of us. May you all have many good days. But this is a reminder. Bad days come and it's okay. And may we look this cute on our bad days. Okay. So our scavenger hunt people are getting those. So congratulations to all the scavenger hunt people. And I'm curious, did Jackie Patty say? Okay. Now the good news is for everybody else, you'll be able to buy these. So in about a week, it'll be like a little magnet collection. And it's just this is it. This is what you'll get, is what I just described. The card and this refrigerator magnet. And what it says is, you haven't failed, you're just not done yet. And this is a graphic that goes around the group all the time. And so the vinyl cling, it's like one of those that like has the cling thing. And then the 3 Alistair Bear magnets. So scavenger hunt people, you're getting them. I'll be mailing them probably Friday morning. And because we're also gearing up to sell some and to ship them out. They're only going to be for sale for probably about 3 weeks, because what we did is we printed enough. We're going to add these when people buy the 3-pack of books, they will be in there. And so, but we just know like a lot of you guys got the books over time or whatever, and you might want them. So we're going to make them available, but then they're all going to like the fulfillment center and they'll be part of the 3-pack. So it'll be like a limited time, but we have plenty. See, but just buy them in these weeks if you want them. But some of you don't have to buy them because you did the scavenger hunt. Okay. Now who here? Let's see. I've got Anna, Georgia, and Ellen. And by the way, you guys who are in the deep den, I only added that like join link about an hour ago. So if you're like, where's that link? That's where you can come in. We're here hanging out. But did any of you ladies do the scavenger hunt? Okay. Well, good. You will be getting some magnets. Did Jackie ever respond? Is Jackie even still here? Let's see. So, okay. Neener. Told you, Jackie. Now, see, I'd normally just send Jackie some just because, but now I feel like I can't. I didn't think about that 2 weeks ago. Okay.
Give her extra credit. Let her make up for it.
Yeah, right. Come in for a makeup. Oh, Virginia's here. Hey. All right. So, okay. Anyway, so you all stay tuned for the magnets. And and Brenda. Okay. Okay. Cool, Brenda. And so, because you guys did the 12 days, didn't you? And Teresa's here. Oh, hey. Yeah. All right. So that's awesome. That's awesome. And with the 12 days, anyone, because this is a public YouTube video today. So if you're wondering what's this in the deep den, we have a paid area in like that's out of all the socials that's on like our own domain, and we do projects. And so and we do things. So one activity was a scavenger hunt where you could earn magnets. No, isn't it funny? Like, I don't know, we're all how old, and that we'd still do what for a collection of magnets? I would. It's ridiculous. Okay. Well, okay. And so, but what? So let me gather my senses and everything. So I would like to ask. So we are moving into a new phase at both the Deep Den, Eat Like a Bear in general, and it all kind of has been propelled by this community-wide big goal. And my own, like as I reflect on, we're about to be 5 years old, and the things that I want to do to improve what we're doing, or like, and to add more value, to like, I don't know how long we're all going to be around doing this. You know what I'm saying? And so let's get on it and get the stuff out there that we want to get out there. And so one of the big things has been telling our stories. And we've been talking about this in the Deep Den, but I don't know that we've talked about this in the public YouTube live videos. But we're about to launch a video series where we interview people about their story. And so, I mean, century bears, but everybody, all the bears, okay, and a whole diversity of bears, of people who've lost and gained and lost and just all that, and to just like really take in the knowledge, all this collective wisdom of a very large positive community. And we're going to start, what we're going to do is we're going to film them in the Deep Den virtually. So kind of like this style, but then they're going to be edited, because there's more we can do if we can edit after. And then those are going on the public YouTube channel. And so we're going to start filming them, I think Monday. We'll talk about that. And then we're going to have to work on getting a system of getting them edited. So we're going to be testing an editor and working through that process. But I do hope we're very soon at one story a week. But then if we get really good at it, maybe we have more. That's my hope. And so that's kind of our new phase. And so I'm thinking that in 2 weeks from now, we're not having a live video like this. We're actually going to have one of those first stories go up. Oh, and the first story, it turns out, is going to be me. I didn't plan that. That was Virginia's idea, because this coming Monday is the 5-year anniversary of the very day that I first posted my before picture in social media. And so, like, okay, that's why I think we're going to record that day. And then we'll go through the process and get it edited and get it up. I'm hoping it's up by the next week. So we'll see about that. But in the process of all this, what I'd like to do, especially by Monday, is actually figure out if we've hit the 200 century bears. And if so, who is it? And so any of you, you're going to see me in the big Facebook group asking around about this. Oh, Linda's here too. Okay. Asking around about this. And so if you do, or if you see people, say like, are you a century bear? And tag them with hashtag Century Bear or hashtag Century Club. We can look at both and email in, because the other thing I'm going to do now, this isn't going to be ready for a month or 6 weeks or something, but I thought when people hit the Century Bear status, we will send them a little kit too, a little, it's like Century Bear kit. So just like, we have this little magnet kit that's going to go out. Why not make a little Century Bear kit? So I'm going to work on making a Century Bear kit that we'll send out. So when people hit the mark, they will email in and get their little collection. And I think that would be really cool. We just have to just organize it and find the graphics and stuff. But I expect we'll have T-shirts that people can get as well, Century Bear T-shirts. But also, we have an amazing T-shirt from 2 years ago when we hit 100 Century Bears. That's not really for someone it's for anybody. And so I think we'll look at bringing that out and making that available. And it has like this dandelion like configuration. The idea of like eat like a bear is, it's the like sharing your story, okay, and you tell a friend. So I told a friend, bear number 2, Anna Sewell, who's here right now, and she told friends, and so that it's just like a dandelion seeds blowing in the wind is how Eat Like a Bear has grown. So we have a nice graphic that displays that will be available. And so but yeah, I need to button this up and find out who's the 200th. Who's the 200th? And so for the 100th, we had that amazing meetup, or not, it wasn't a meetup, it was a surprise of Sandra in Orlando. And for the 200th, I've been planning on celebrating the 250, like 100, 250, 500, something like that. But here we are at 200. Well, maybe we're launching a very big YouTube series, the stories. And so again, we've talked in the deep den about this, but I'll just say it here publicly that our plan is we just have a mountain of stories, and it becomes hours and hours, like 100 hours of content. And anybody who's like going through a tough spell can just watch it, just lay in bed and listen to it. And that it would just go on and on and on forever. and that once we had enough like diversity in stories, then we have the playlists, of different categories of people and different types of stories. So that's kind of the whole big plan. But so that's the main stuff. But we got a bunch of people here. I'm gonna move to our Brady Bunch style. But let me look real quick and see. Oh, people like talking about being Century Bears. You guys. So we're gonna have. It's my goal with all of this that we end up like with so much collective wisdom with issues that we have really like actually good advice for how to solve whatever block we might have to losing or maintaining or whatever it is, that over time as a community, we've already improved so much. As I see it, in the information that we have and the information that we like amplify out into the larger community. And these stories are another way. So Lorraine, you have found us. You're here at the right time. Even if anyone who found us like 3 years ago and is coming back, we've got even more, and we're going to get better and better. That's my goal for all of this. Okay, let's see. Oh, Judy says, sad to say that I've been around long enough that I plan to be number 100. The best plans sometimes fall apart, maybe 250. Well, you know what, Judy? And yeah, and we're working it out. So, Judy. So I'm just looking up here at comments. Okay. So now I'm going to switch us back. I think. There we go. Hey, everybody. Okay, let's do a quick round robin. Who's a Century Bear? Gonna be a Century Bear? Who's eclipsing in the Ozarks? Who's eclipsing from home? Let's go. Let's see. Oh, let's first introduce Ellen. And Ellen, an extra question. Where are you? Where are you, girl?
I am in Frederickstead in the St. Croix of the Virgin Islands. So that's in the Lesser Antilles Islands in the Caribbean. and it's beautiful. So this part of what we've been doing lately has been very easy for me because I get up and go walk in the here, and it's been, when I get home it'll be more of a challenge, but I've got another day here, so that'll be good. I lost 100 pounds, but not within the, and I lost some before I got here a couple years ago, and then I gained some back. So I am a prodigal bear, and am working on losing it again. I have my reservation in the Ozarks, and I'm going to be staying in Leslie during the eclipse, and I will be a century bear again then. By then I will have lost half my size, and I plan to go horseback riding. That's one of my big goals. And another big goal is to get rid of my CPAP. That's a huge thing, because then I can travel without my CPAP. It'll be really wonderful. So I'm a happy bear. I'm a happy camper.
Ellen, that is just amazing. And so I let me write down that you're in Leslie and horseback. And so let me talk to the locals there and see. I mean, do we need to be maybe arranging a horseback riding? Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I think we do.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. And so my hope is now people are going to be rolling in like all week, and who knows when people are going to roll in. But I'm increasingly thinking I'm coming extra early. I don't know when exactly, but that we're going to have activities leading up to it. Our 250th Century Bear celebration will probably be on Friday. The eclipse itself is on Monday, but I'll tell you what, the travel for that weekend will be crazy. And so I feel like getting there before and then just being awesome all together is the key strategy. But if we have like the Century Bear celebration on Friday, that then gives Arkansas people or like Missouri people, if they want to drive in and do that, but then get out before the eclipse craziness, they could. And then we'd have that part done before the eclipse craziness as well. But in the days before that, even maybe we can pick up some things like horseback riding and depending the river rafting, but that's so specific to the rainfall of that, like the day before and stuff. So that's a hard one to plan exactly. But okay, I made a note. And so yes, there's a post in the Facebook group about lodging, and the mayor of Leslie has been responding on that, and his wife, the mayor's wife is Mary, who's on there. So anyway,
That's how I found my
look at
place.
us.
Yep.
Yeah.
I found my place in Leslie through the Facebook group.
Oh, good. Leslie is really a quaint little place. So, okay, awesome, Ellen. So I made note of horseback. Awesome. Okay, and oh my gosh, I mean, we need to get some photos so we can make it our wallpaper. Okay. Hey, Teresa, you want to give us an update on your plans for this year?
See there, I'm unmuted, so sure. I'm like Ellen, and I'm going to use the term prodigal bear because I did lose 100 pounds since I found Eat Like a Bear, and I gained a little bit back because I let the stress get to me with a big work project and with my husband passing away. However, April was great because I got back on track with the April accelerator. I lost 10.6 pounds in April. I set a scale goal, which I never do because I hate that. But Amanda said, set a scale goal. And I said, okay, I'm going to set a 10-pound goal. I probably won't reach it, but I'll be close. And I actually did reach it. So I was surprised by that, but it was a good thing. And so I'm just using that momentum to go into May, and I will get my Century Bear status back. Another positive is that the same work stress thing that kind of derailed me a few months back is something that we do twice a year, and it's happening now again, but I have not let it derail me this time. And so I've been able to really distinguish that, there are issues I need to deal with, and then I need to eat. And it's two separate things. And I don't, and I find I didn't used to think I was an emotional eater until I found Eat Like a Bear, and I started eating once a day. And I realized how many times during the day I just want to have something to eat because it'll make me feel better. And so I've been able to stop that, which is a fabulous thing. So I will be a Century Bear again. I don't think I'll be 250 because I think I'm going to get back there before we get to 250. And I may go to Arkansas, but I am in the path of totality. So I also may eclipse at home with my family. Haven't decided.
So I think anybody who's in the path of totality should be with their family. I really do. And so I'm committed to us having like a big digital party and digital stuff going on too. So I just think that the idea of like living right in that, it being in your home, I think is so amazing. I would not trade that for anything, honestly. So I think that's great, Teresa. And also the point of your story, because at some point you'll come on and give your full story on here. I think this issue of like the twice a year, and that like it kind of threw you off, but then you used like the knowledge that you used to recognize that it was coming, to get in front of it, to put those structures in place. That's what we all need to do with everything. Like recognize it's coming, and then how are we going to do it differently? And then we try that. And then some of that we might have to do again. I mean, you've got every 6 months to figure this out, like to practice it. So that's extraordinary. I think that's really great. Really great. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Hey, Brenda Bear, Brenda's sick, but here she is anyway. What's up, Brenda?
I am, can you guys hear me? Okay. I am going to the eclipse. A wonderful bear. Jan Whittle rented a house and invited me and Sharon to come and be with her. So we're going to St. Joe, and that's where we're going to be. And I'm a century bear, and I almost lost century bear status, but I stopped just before I got to where I lost it. Anyways, yeah. What were the other questions? My brain is fogged.
No, that's fine, Brenda. And I know Jan, what a generous thing she did. I was so touched by that. That is amazing. And so there's like 3 core little communities. The Ozarks kind of, these areas it's a big area, kind of a little bit scattered. And then we'll be meeting up in various places around there. But like, St. Joe is one of those. But yeah, Jan just booked a cabin and is filling it with people. So, well, okay. All right. Okay, Brenda, take care. Have a lot of tea and sleep. Take care of yourself. Virginia, how you doing? And what's your plan this year?
Well, I'm doing great. April brought me COVID, but also kick-started my return back to losing weight instead of fighting against the gain. So I feel pretty good about that. My plan is not to travel to the magnificent things and places you people are going to, but instead to plan for after the eclipse to come visit you in your forested California home. And I know you're going to expect me. So I would like to be back to weight wise where I was at my lowest, at least by then. So I think I can manage that. What I'm finding is getting back into the routine of the one meal a day and not adding an extra piece of cheese or whatever it happened to be here and there. Just getting right back to the basics again, and it has such a way of absolutely creating such freedom from food in my head. Like I've just never, this way of eating just creates this freedom from food that I've never had my whole life. I'm 63, and to think that I've spent my whole life always thinking about what I'm eating or what I'm gonna eat or what I should eat, and I just don't have that anymore. It's just gone. It's like I know I'm gonna eat today. Later on, I kind of know what I'm gonna eat today, and that's good enough. It's such a freedom. I really appreciate that part of this. So.
I really find that with myself too. Like that's been the game changer aspect of
Yeah.
this, is the eat and the walk away.
Right.
But the reality of it too is I could easily not walk away. I could easily
Sure.
keep thinking about it. And so
Right.
I think recognizing like the positive role that it plays to just walk away, to disconnect from it,
Hmm.
and how much easier that is, and like really practicing it like any kind of habit has been critical for me. I don't know, like if we hadn't started this community, if I would have ever even realized that, so that's the
Mm-mm.
part of the power of this, and having these discussions, and like, kind of going granular on all these things, all the daily little things, or like the 6-month things, like Teresa's case, that, all of it together, and how we're going to just make things easier for ourselves in the future. But
Right.
Virginia, you're sitting outside today because you guys usually Virginia's inside.
I am.
Yay, you need to be
It's
outside more because that's
it's gorgeous and sunny, even though it's, where I live in the high desert, it's pretty cold. Like this morning I got up and I think it was 48 outside. But it's always sunny and it's always warm in the sun. And so, yeah, it's something that I um love so much. I'm a Cancer and I love the sun, and it's just like the desert is my jam. I love it here. It's warm and sunny all the time, even when it's kind of cold out, and so I spend a lot of time outside, and I just thought, well, I'm going to come out and enjoy the sun while I'm listening to all of you. Can't see all of you very well because I got the sun right in my face, but that's okay. I can hear you. So
well, I can just feel that positive energy of that. It just is
yeah,
like amazing. So yes,
yeah.
we all need to be out there. I don't know, with sunblock or whatever, with a hat,
Eh.
but I do.
I don't,
I
but
do.
that's me.
I do.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, awesome, Virginia. And
Thank you.
Linda, what about you for the coming year?
Can you hear me? Good. Well, while I can't boast being a century bear, I can say that Eat Like a Bear has kept me from continually mindlessly eating in emotional, stressful situations to get up where I had to lose 100 pounds because I was heading that way. My doctor has told me for years that I had to get the weight off to get off all the meds. So my big goal is to go back into his office and be off all the meds the next time I see him. I went up a little bit while I was visiting family, and it wasn't in my control pretty much what I was eating. I was eating what they were eating, but trying to make better choices. But joining the hubs every day, 5 days a week, with my friends, a lot of whom I see right now, has kept me accountable because I've decided I'm going to walk 30 minutes a day, every single day. And 1 o'clock comes around here in Florida, and I look at my watch and I go, oh, it's time now. I can't put it off. And so that's been a really help to me. I just can't say what Eat Like a Bear has been to me. I've got a good friend that lives in Florida that lost 70 pounds, and when I contacted her and she told me about you, it's just been a lifesaver for me. I can't say enough about that. And I thank you all because I know that now there are others that are in my same boat where I used to feel alone, that emotional eating was kind of my secret, that's what I was doing. I now know that there's a lot of folks that do that very same thing. And so one visualization that I've had that I picked up a couple of weeks ago is if I go to mindless eating, I try and visualize it as eating chocolate-covered poison. And that's a you think about that with a fish hook in the center of it. It's just a big lie, and it's not going to comfort me. I'm going to feel terrible in 12 hours. I'm going to have regrets. The weight's going to go the other way. And so, as Amanda says, you just go outside and take a walk down the block, or go sit on the back porch and look at squirrels or trees and do something besides eating. And Eat Like a Bear has shown me that.
Thank you, Linda. Thank you. And Georgia, what are your plans?
Well, I will be there with my two favorite bears amongst a bunch of other ones and everything. I've got a lot of hugs that I'm expecting to get from Brenda and a few others that are going to be there. Uh, I am a century bear. I did fall a little bit in 2021, but I regained my status, and I have about 15 pounds to go to get back down to my lowest. But I am determined by the eclipse that I will be half my size. I'm naming it and claiming it.
All right. All right, Georgia. And you know what? And so like I think it's great that so Georgia and Teresa, like prodigal century bears, and Linda, and everyone's going to struggle in maintaining weight. And I think the key for any of us is like, if we can catch it at, I mean, real success is if we only catch it, if we catch it at only 5 pounds, right? That would be extraordinary. But like Anne has been in here and she caught it at like 50. Okay. And, she's kicking herself or whatever. And no one wants to have to do the work of that again, of course. But she's doing it. She's working it out. And so, wow, because I know I could gain 100 like that. And so anyone who, I mean, and people have gained, people, there will be people gaining it back. And then the question is, how do we learn from that? And then how do we do it better the next time? And how do we catch it before it gets to 100 or to 200 or whatever it is? And, a key thing is really staying connected with the goal. And it's when we disconnect and disengage that we start like ignoring the things that we're doing because of the pain of it. I mean, there's real reasons why our brain disconnects from it. It's a painful truth of the whole situation of, that life is hard and you want to comfort eat or whatever else. And then so you disengage from that goal and from the changing pant size again or whatever. And then as the pants get tighter and tighter and you're getting new pants, it gets more and more painful. And so disengaging becomes like a key strategy rather than facing the pain. Well, I think a key thing is if we can stay engaged and not feel like that shame and pain and like just stay connected here in the den and with Eat Like a Bear and know that, yeah, this is it's times like this where like we need each other even more. Honestly, it's like the footprints in the sand, right? That there's like two sets of footprints. Someone should find that. You guys know it. Like the two sets of footprints, and then the person. It's like someone crying out to God and saying, "When I see that in the times in my life when things were so hard, that there's only one set of footprints in the sand. Where were you? I thought you were with me all the time." And then the response is, "Well, it was in those times that I was carrying you." And the reality is in those very hard times, we need to find like the support and especially if we can see it coming. Boy, if we can see it coming, like just line it all up. Just get everything lined up and work on the support for yourself. And so that you don't disengage. And
I will say that all the bears carried me, and that made a difference. It really did. It really did.
And so you guys, everybody finding this video whenever you find it. I mean, that's the key thing that we need to do here in this community. And that's going to be the key thing for us like winning this long game and getting out of this cycle of losing and gaining it back and not, I mean, and and so the key alongside of that on like staying engaged, having the support, but like the big goal, getting out and like really living in that new life that you worked for yourself and appreciating it and just like engaging in that is like those two together are probably the key for us. And when it's hard to push yourself out and like, live vibrantly because you just want to lay in bed. But it's more important than ever to push yourself out there. So, okay. Anna
just-
Sewell, go
Yes.
ahead.
I wanted to just lay in bed yesterday, and if it wasn't for the hub, I probably would have. And I mean, yeah, I've had allergies. I was having a hard time breathing. I've just been like feeling sorry for myself because I hurt my paw, and I had to start taking medicine to get the inflammation down, and that meant I wasn't doing my usual fasting that I like to do. And I'll tell you what, it just made me feel horrible. And coming to the hub yesterday, and Georgia, we love you too. Georgia had been mad. She got upset about something. We all know what that's like. And it's often for good reasons that we're getting mad. But we don't want to take it out on ourselves. And just the drive that she had and the strength and then everybody's support. I just decided I don't care about the pain and the inflammation in my paw. If I have to skip the ibuprofen, if I have to skip my whatever, I'm going to do it. And so I started fasting again. And I already feel better. So, but yeah, I'm bear number 2. I've been here forever. I didn't lose 100 pounds, but I'll tell you what, in the beginning, I didn't even care about losing weight. It wasn't on my radar. That's just who I was now. I wasn't going to lose any weight, but I didn't want to die. And I have diabetes, and my A1C was horrible, and they wanted me on meds. I'm still not on meds. I did get down probably about 60 pounds from my highest. I wasn't at that. I wasn't at the 60 lost for a long time. But I was at 50 lost for like several years. Over the last year and a half, I am off balance because I guess I'm having some hormonal changes. So I'm getting my balance. And I still have good A1Cs. I'm not falling down that way, but I'm definitely an emotional eater. And I also get really affected by the stress hormones. They affect me a lot. Even if I'm not overeating, it still affects me. But I don't need to overeat too. And I will say I haven't eaten anything that will really mess me up, but I've eaten too much because I've eaten too often. So just thank you. Thank you guys for being there. And I'll be wherever you are, Amanda. You just put me in your suitcase and I'll be there next year.
Okay, very good. Very good. Fold you up and put you in there.
Yeah. I'll get back down to my smaller sizes. I'll fit in that suitcase better.
Okay. Well, we'll work on maybe another way to transport you there. Right?
Okay.
But that could be our
UPS.
plan B. Plan B. Yeah. Okay. Okay, cool. You guys, so this is it. So I mean, some of us are actually meeting in person in Arkansas in April, but all of us are like crushing it. I'm very excited about this. I'm really very excited. And seriously, and so like I know Virginia's not going to join us in Arkansas, but we will be getting together. And you now give me like an entire year to clean my house, which I feel like I need at least every day of that. And then I love the idea of Teresa being with her family in that path of totality. I think that's just absolutely amazing. And anybody who's struggling with that decision, be with your family. When we'll have other meetups. We'll be good. And we'll do things digitally. And the big thing with all of this is I really feel like it's not even that 1 week in April. It's like all these weeks leading up to it. And how can we leverage that and like leverage the energy and the excitement and all of that. And so but in the meantime, so we're going to be launching this YouTube series, and we're going to figure out who our 200th century bear is. So again, any of you who can help, if you see people, ask them. If you see people like out there in the community or whatever, ask them if they're a Century Bear and have them check in, because they can always email support@eatlikeabear.com, and you'll see me in there asking people. And when you see me, engage, because that helps the algorithm, it helps other people see it. So you guys could help me with that. I would really appreciate it. We need to button up that century count thing. And I am going to be working so that, like, maybe we're 6 weeks out from having like a little physical prize for the Century Bears that's modeled a little bit after the one that I showed you guys earlier, that some people are getting for the scavenger hunt, which is a little collection of stickers and magnets. And that they will be on sale for anybody in about a week. And they will also go in a future, like in about a week, they will be in the book 3-pack. But like, a lot of you guys already have the book, so you're not going to buy that. But this will be available separately for a limited time. So there's that. But there's one other thing. And Ellen's case makes me think about this. And that is that what I need to do is we need to work on getting some press in Arkansas for what we're doing. And I am going to send a story to one of the newspapers, just like it there in the Ozarks. And I think like Ellen's story about like her goal and then coming and being on horseback, I think is amazing. And like, that's a nice little detail. So we could include like a quote from Ellen about that, but also Lana. So Lana has like, I'm driving from Wisconsin, like down the Mississippi River, and like Lana's going to have a trailer or just whatever else. That's amazing. That's amazing. And so anybody out there, you guys watching, do you have like a cool little quote that you could add? And then we're going to put it in like a news article. I think it'll get picked up. I mean, these are small, it's like small town newspapers. But then when the amazing thing is that like they're just in that area, as I was meeting people when I was there a month ago, people were joining the community. How many Century Bears even, or 20-pound bears might we have from right there because of this, that like we're in their hood, celebrating, and they found us 9 months before and it changed our lives. So I'm excited to get some Arkansas press. And I think if we have a good enough story, it could get in the state paper, the Democrat Gazette, and then we could have a bunch of Arkansas Century Bears, and we need a name for like 50 pounds. So like half Century Bears. I don't know. That doesn't have the same play. So, okay. So you guys help me with that. So anyone who has like a quotable quote, like, or a little like, oh, somebody said my husband and I might come in like on motorcycles. I have to come back and find that. But like that, like they were coming from North Carolina on motorcycles. I'm like, if that wouldn't get play in the Ozark population, like people from North Carolina coming in on motorcycles, I think that's super cool. So the Arkansas people would love that. But definitely they would love the horseback and love this like going down the Mississippi. That's amazing. It makes me feel like the way I go, the way Anna and I travel. Maybe we need to have a little more flair, because what we'll fly to Wisconsin, Anna, and then we'll travel down the Mississippi
on a raft. Imagine. I figure out
Huckleberry Finn style raft.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
We'll build it ourselves or something.
In bear suits. We'll be wearing bear suits.
I feel like that would need to be its whole own event, not entangle something like that with this other thing.
Probably not. That's a lot.
Okay. So let's see. Yeah, so I'm just scrolling up through comments. But anybody who's in the Deep Den and hasn't done been in the project hubs, now is your time to just come in and see what they're about, because we're about to have one in 10 minutes. And I'm going to be in there, but you're going to just see me, well, probably drinking coffee, and then, but also working on the Century Bears. We got to button it up. It's time. I'm sure we've hit it. I'm sure of it. And partly why I've avoided it is I know like people are going to want to know exactly which one. I know we're missing people. I think we're missing people from like 2 months ago, 3 months ago.
Yeah. You have to see this comment from
Lana.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yes. And so yeah, and Lana is because Lana, you're bringing a trailer down too. Because Lana was like, do I stay in the trailer or do I like jump into one of these cabins with people? Because people are sharing cabins as well. So yeah, all that. So Lana needs like her own like YouTube stream for her trip down to Mississippi.
And
Oh.
there's Judy.
Judy, yes. Okay, so Judy, how are you gonna come? Okay, no, everyone just needs to come. We don't need to get ridiculous with like everyone coming in with flair. But boy,
Brenda leaves the bologna at home.
No, I got bear ears for me and Sharon to wear on the way there.
Oh, bear ears.
We'll be wearing bear ears on the way.
so you're driving in, Brenda?
Sharon's driving. I can't drive anymore. So
Oh, okay.
she's kidnapping me, and we're heading up there in our bear ears to enjoy a nice eclipse and whatever you come up with.
Well, so we definitely have to plan for there's going to be a lot of amazing energy that week of people traveling. And it reminds me of, do you remember the week of the Woman's World issue where Georgia and Shelley were both out on the same day, like unplanned, but it was amazing that they were both out looking for the magazine. And then they were posting selfies from various places, including Georgia's husband was driving her around. He was such a good sport, but it was so funny. And it was just, it was interesting that like the energy of that and that it just happened spontaneously. And so we're going to have people like, and so I think that like the selfies into the group about like on the road and what crazy things you might see on the road, just all that.
I know
That's
that
exciting.
Jennifer loves waterfalls. And I looked in the area where we're going to be, and there's lots of waterfalls.
Oh,
So I was thinking we could maybe have like bears by waterfalls. And they also have kayaking in the area. They have a lot of things because we're going to be there 7 days. So, yeah.
oh yeah. So we'll definitely be planning, and we'll get a calendar, and so because we'll be spread out a little bit geographically because it is just such a big. It's like a big geographic area with communities like this, and so we're going to be in several different communities. That's okay. They're all great, and I imagine we'll be going like day one. We'll all be closer to this community, and then we'll be closer to this one, and then we'll be meeting up in various places. But one of those places, which it's a little bit out from this center place, is called Whit Springs, and the waterfalls there are just phenomenal. And so like that'll be a whole day. Like let's all meet up here. And I think the Whit Springs people are even planning shuttles. I'll be able to speak with them about this, but they might shuttle us there. And then we walk in. Some of the waterfalls are real hikes, some are short hikes, and so we'll have choices, and it'll be amazing. It'll be really amazing. And yeah, the kayaking, I mean, this is like kayak country on a river. It's river kayaking. But again, it totally depends. When I was there were days where the water was too rough and high for any kayaking. But now there's spots on the river where it's too low. And so it depends. And so that's why we'll just have to see what is available to us that week. That's a harder one to plan. Yeah. But I'm going to ask about horseback. There are definitely places where you can bring your horses, but I wonder if there are places where you can, where we could rent, like, where they rent those little horses, easy horses for us. Yeah. I'm not sure. I'll have to check on it. Yeah. Okay. Well, it's Project Hub time, you guys.
Yeah.
It's Project Hub time. Help me out. Help me find Century Bears, and help me. And what was the other thing? Oh, yeah, quotable quotes about who's going to the eclipse that are kind of interesting or whatever, or just anything. And you can email those in, or I'll be posting in the group, and there'll be posts that come up, and I'm going to just try to just keep an eye on some of that stuff. But yeah, I'm working on that because I'd love to get a nice little story about like what we're about to do. I think it's great. It's exciting. And okay, let's see. Grace, my big goal takes place in August of 2023. That is awesome, Grace. And so you're getting to a spot of like in your life and being able to meet your big goal and whatever it is, whatever each of our big goals are. The key thing too is that it's not like that, like we're talking about April of 2024, but it was really about what we're doing in April 2024 and like living a vibrant life. And that goes on. And it starts today.
Mhm.
It's a year from now, and it's in, it's forever from now. And so for me, in my year of, and it's really ongoing, but my whole forest burned down up here was totally devastating. And getting through that, which that was September of 2021, and getting through that, it really did require me leaning into my big goal. And we'll be talking more about that in like these video stories that we do. This is like you guys in the deep den. I talk about this all the time. So living in it and the being grateful, like getting out hiking, being grateful for what I have, not focused as much on what I don't have because it burned up, but the things that I do have, and letting that be, it's the whole glass half full thing. And that can make all the difference between like not gaining and gaining 100 pounds. So, okay, guys. And let's see. Yeah, anyone who's in the deep den who hasn't gotten into Project Hub, this is your moment right now. Top of the water cooler, there's a pinned post for the Project Hubs. Just click through that. It's easy peasy. And if you get in there and you can't figure out how to work your camera or whatever, we can help you. And if you don't want to be on camera, that's also okay. Just like put your name there. The only thing is sometimes like people are there without camera, without a microphone, and it just says like iPhone. Like, oh, that seems kind of stalkerish. So it's nice to know there's a real person. So okay, but yeah, you don't have to be on camera. That's totally optional, but it's fun. And we have no camera standards. I mean, maybe wear clothing. So not the name, but other than that, like it is completely makeup optional. We've shown up in pajamas. I don't know if anyone has shown up for real with curlers in their hair, but it's happened a couple times as a joke. So anyway, just to let you all know, there's no like you don't have to be all, made up. So yeah. Okay, guys. See y'all real soon. I love you guys. Thanks for your help with the Century Bears and your quotes and your awesomeness with April of 2024. This is amazing. This is amazing. Bye-bye, everybody.